Hello viewers, in this video let's learn about the differences between finalize, finally and final in Java. First a few notes. What is final keyword? If a variable is declared as final, it has to be initialized only once and it cannot be changed. If a class is declared as final, then the class cannot be extended. If a method is declared as final, the method cannot be overridden. What is finally? Finally block is used in conjunction with try and catch block. It always gets executed irrespective of whether there is an exception in the try block or not. Um, this allows the programmer to avoid having cleanup code being bypassed by return, continue or break statements. Finalize method. Finalize method gets called by the JVM before the objects are garbage collected. You can write system resources release code in the finalize method before objects get garbage collected. So now let's look at the sample Java program. So here I've written a class e.g. finalize and I have the finalize method where I'm printing out our sentence saying finalize method has been called. Then I have my main function. I have a variable y which is declared as final, and then I'm assigning it a different number later after the initialization. Then I have a try block, catch block, finally block, and then I have the code for garbage collection. So first, let's try the final keyword and see how it works. So y has been declared as a final variable, so I need to see an exception because we are changing the value. So see, it says cannot assign a value to the final variable y equal to 23. So like we said, the final variable, when a variable is declared as final, it needs to be initialized only once and the value cannot change, right? Now let's go to the next step where we are looking at finally block. So in this try block, I'm just initializing the integer x to 300. I have a catch block and I have a finally. So there is no exception. So the finally block needs to be executed. So I'm going to run this. Everything is fine. Finally block has been executed, right? So even though if there is no exception, finally block will always get executed. Now I'm going to get an arithmetic exception, but still finally block should be executed. Okay, here we go. We have an arithmetic exception divided by 0, but still finally block has been executed. So executed. So this is what we've spoken a few minutes back. So that is what we learned a few minutes back. So finally block, irrespective of whether there is an exception or not, will always be executed. Now let's look at the finalize function. So finalize function gets called by the JVM before objects are garbage collected. So I have this object f1 which is an instance of the class e.g. finalize, and that object is assigned null value, and I'm not calling any garbage collection code, so the finalize method should not be called. So finalize method is not called here, so it's very clear. So now I'm going to call the garbage collector. So here you'll see that the finalize method is called. So finalize method is called and the instructions in the finalize function method will be executed. Finalize method has been called, that's what it says. So this is to display that before garbage collection happens, finalize method gets called. So this is what this is all about. This is the difference between final, finalize, and finally. Finally is used is used in conjunction with try and catch blocks. It will always be executed irrespective of whether there is an exception or not. Final variables cannot change their values. Final classes cannot be extended. Final methods cannot be overridden. Then finalize method is called by the JVM before objects are garbage collected. I hope this is clear, and thank you.